The 6'6 freshman will get an opportunity to jump for Center College. Jordan James with those hops will tip it back to Uba Zigbo, and we're off and running here from Pinholster Court. Malachi Dooley with the ball up top, and it looks like Center going to start in a 3-2 defense, matching up on the top of the wing.
Yeah, I saw Coach Ponder on Wednesday prior to the women's game, and he told me that they run that 3-2 zone almost exclusively.
Jordan James' first shot up, rebound comes down to number 5, Carter Bauman. He's going to push it, and it looks like Oglethorpe going to start in a 2-3. Dooley telling Kemp, you slide over. Now they're trying to figure out where's where. Kemp back up top, Dooley up top. James, Ozigbo, and Janae going to be down low. Pass over into the wing. Little backdoor cut, rebound off for Jordan James, and Dooley going to come up on the push. 3 ball on the way. String music from downtown to get the scoring going. Jackson Kemp from downtown, shooting 41.5%, Roy, from downtown on the season.
And that was a confident stroke from deep on that left wing.
Switch back to man here for Oglethorpe, and they're going to switch 1 through 5. 3 ball on the way, off for Center, rebound for Jordan James, and you love it when your guy can rebound it and bring it on the push. James going to go down the middle, hammered, but he lays it up and in, no call, going to get the basket to roll in Jordan James, and it's 5-0 Oglethorpe here early on in the first quarter, or the first half.
The last game that we did for them, he had career highs, both points and rebounds. He gets off to a good start tonight.
Drew Wilson with it. He's going to kick it around to Cade Stinnett. He is their leading scorer. He's going to reverse dribble, spin, 3 ball back out on the way, and that's nothing but the bottom of the net for number 5, Carter Bauman, coming into the game here. He's shooting about 35.5% from downtown, their second leading 3-point shooter on the season.
Yeah, one of their better shooters. Had a little bit of space there, took advantage of it, knocked down the 3.
Dooley with the ball up top. Right now you're going to need Oglethorpe to find somebody down on the foul line. As Zigbo from the corner. He's got confidence, and he rattles in the first 3 he attempts of the game. And a couple of 3s go down early with ball movement for the Stormy Petrels.
Yeah, you definitely want to do that against the zone. That'll open up the interior because the defense will be spread out.
Yeah, the last game we had at home, Uba was uber aggressive. 3 ball from Bauman off. Ring comes up with an offensive rebound. He's going to be able to go back up and in, and that's one long 3, long rebound, good rebound from Ring to lay the ball back in.
Yeah, good hustle, real scrappy on the O boards there.
And this time, James going to go around the foul line. Janae around the corner. Ozigbo, second 3 on the way. That's going to be off the mark. Tip back, and it looks like Drew Wilson's going to have it and now come on the push. Swing across to net with a 3 up. That one's going to be off the mark. Battled for, and they're going to call it out of bounds off of Noah Ring. Good effort there by Jackson Kemp to come over the back and knock that ball away.
Stinnett comes in here averaging 18.5, but in SAA play, he's averaging almost 26 a game.
And he came in last week as SAA Player of the Week. Can really get it going. Oglethorpe going to have to make a concerted effort to stop him. Ryan Janae drives, and that ball is going to be deflected off of his foot. Center going to have the ball, and they'll inbound it down 8-5 here early on in the first half.
Going back to that 2-3 zone. Ryan Janae up top now. Jackson Kemp moving down low.
I think Kemp's a little more comfortable down low. The last time when he was up top, he was going, what do I do here? Ball going to be driven in, wild shot, but it laid in up off the window by Drew Wilson, 6'3" senior guard. Dooley with a little hop step there. Jordan James comes up, miss, grabs his own rebound, back up and in for the and one the old-fashioned way.
Well, he is relentless, and he can get up quick. Right there, it didn't look when he missed this first shot. Three center players ready to corral the defensive rebound, and going right back up, splitting all 3 of them to get the ball was Jordan James, and he gets a make and the opportunity for the traditional and one, and he got it.
Jordan James coming in shooting 64.5% from the line, so it's good to see him knock one down, and Coach Ponder immediately goes to a little 2-2-1 pressure.
Eats that clock. They don't really do it to get turnovers. Of course, they don't mind unforced errors.
Drop back into the 2-3 zone. Long three on the way. That's going to come up front rim. Strong rebound there by Uba Zigbo. And again, when your center can grab the rebound and bring it up court, finds Jordan James, 15-footer, nothing but the bottom of the net, and a 13-7 lead for the Stormy Petrels.
Wow, what a start from Jordan James, getting it going again.
Getting 2-2-1 pressure, Janae. Malachi Dooley up top. Kempa, Zigbo, and James down low. And you're right, Roy. James has really grown into his role as a starter.
Just like we saw in the women's game with Morgan Skipper gaining confidence, Jordan James is full of confidence right now.
Three ball from Drew Wilson hits back rim. Jackson Kemp comes up with the rebound. He's going to push as Zigbo to the corner. Ryan Janae head fake. Going to be cut off there. Nice bounce pass. Jordan James, that ball's blocked out of there by Noah Ring. Taylor going to bring it across. Double team here. Stinnett wide open in the corner. That's going to rim out. Rebound again by Uba Zigbo. Kick back out. Dooley from downtown. That's going to hit back rim, and another offensive rebound for Jordan James. Three ball on the way. That's going to hit back rim for Ryan Janae, and this one rebounded by Stinnett, and Center College coming the other way.
A great ball movement early here against that zone defense.
Another three ball on the way. That's going to come up short and rebounded by Kemp. Bauman with the shot that time. Ball's going to be deflected away, this time by Drew Wilson. And here comes your hockey line change for Coach Ponder. Robert Reisman, Trey Harris. Looks like we're going to have Brent Smith check in. We're going to get a timeout on the floor. 14:06 to go here in the first half. Stormy Petrels off to a 13-7 lead over the Colonels of Center College.
Yeah, Jonathan Awolele is out again with an ankle injury, and so we see Brent Smith early here to give him some post presence on the inside. That allows Reisman to play the 4 spot for Oglethorpe. One thing I just noticed that center did against the 2-3 zone is not only did they go 4 out, 1 in, but the 4 were all above the free throw line extended. Against a 2-3 zone, that's a 4-on-2 advantage because it's very non-traditional for the 2 low outside guys to come out that high. So it'll be really interesting to see if Coach Ponder's making that adjustment now on how they want to defend that.
Yeah, Center College letting it fly from downtown. They've already attempted 8 threes, just 1 of 8. If they shoot that way, it's going to be hard for them to stay in it. Oglethorpe 5 of 11 from the field, 45.5% to start the game.
Well, we talked about Brent Smith being in, Dylan Benefield, Trey Harris, Mason Kemp, and Robert Reisman in there for Oglethorpe now.
I had to check Brent Smith. New hairdo, looking good. Benefield with it up top.
Still in that 3-2 zone. I think we'll see it all night.
Reisman going to drive, kick it back to Trey Harris. Skip pass across. Got to find somebody to get to the foul line. Nice drive. 6 on the shot clock. Turnaround jumper up, comes up just a little bit short. Rebounded again by Carter Bauman, who's going to push the ball across.
Good look from Reisman. Just missed it.
Hunter Coleman has checked in. And boy, I'll tell you, the defense right now, Benefield and Kemp and Harris, they are flying around closing out on the ball. Underneath. Shot going to go up and missed there by number 10, Ches Moore. Interesting, Moore, their second leading scorer, does not start. He's a 6'6 forward, junior forward, 11.5 points a game, shoots about 77% from the free throw line. He'll get his first opportunities tonight.
At a Louisville Collegiate High, really good basketball program.
I heard they play a little basketball up there.
A little bit of basketball in Kentucky and Indiana. Missed that one, 13-7, Oglethorpe leads. Drew Markham checking in for center.
You can see some early substitutions. I guess I jinxed them. Both free throws missed. Rebound there by Brent Smith. And Dylan Benefield going to hold the ball and bring it across. And again, back in this 3-2 zone, they put Robert Reisman now at the foul line and Drew Smith underneath, sort of in that high-low look. Smith going to get it down. Reisman comes up with the offensive rebound and stick back, He may have rolled his ankle on that one. He came up a little bit limping.
Came down right on a defender's ankle. That's unfortunate because, man, he is all energy for this team.
Looks like he's walked it off, or at least he's attempting to right now, not wanting to come out of the game after that stick back. 2-3 zone, and they're all over Stinnett. 3-ball on the way again for Center College. Rebound, Stinnett going to be fouled, and Reisman's definitely laboring right now. And Coach Ponder's talking to him. Reisman said, no, I'm okay. But there's a definite limp to the step. He's trying to retie the shoe, and it looks like they're going to sub Ryan Janae in for him.
Stinnett with a nice offensive rebound there. Didn't corral the ball, went for the tip in, and got fouled in the mix.
Tyler O'Donohue going to check in for Brent Smith. I believe they called that foul on Smith. That's his second. They're going to have to sit. He's going to have to sit down, and with Awol Aa not playing, going a little bit deeper in the bench is Coach Ponder. O'Donohue averaging about 3 points a game in limited action. Second free throw up and good.
Donahue, a 6'5" sophomore out of Sarasota, Florida.
Lost to Sarasota Riverview in the state playoffs in 1991. Not that anybody cares.
I was going to apologize for rekindling those bad memories.
Janae over in the corner. O'Donohue going to play down on the block. Dooley head fakes. Trey Harris from downtown. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Trey Harris.
See, Tyler O'Donohue had a good shot, but he gave it up to Trey Harris, who had a better shot, and Harris knocked down the three.
2-2-1 pressure here. It's taking time for Center College to get it across, and they'll drop back into the 2-3 zone. Benefield, Janae up top, Harris, O'Donohue, and Kemp down low. Ball's going to be knocked away, battled for in the corner. 4 on the shot clock. At the shot clock buzzer, that one's going to be up and good. 3-ball cuts the lead down to 6. Cam Jones with the 3 there. Harris again from downtown, and back-to-back triples for Trey Harris.
Harris, a 40% shooter from the arc. He's the kind of shooter, if he gets hot, watch out, and he knocks down his second in a row.
You mentioned Center doesn't play a lot of players, but today I think the pace for Oglethorpe has already forced them to go deeper into the bench than they normally do.
Yeah, I think Greg Mason had no choice when you see Phil Ponder subbing 5 at a time.
Ball going to go up and off the rim, and that ball's knocked out of bounds by number 15, Drew Markham. It looks like we're going to get another timeout on the floor. 10:49 to go in the first half. Stormy Petrels with a 21-12 lead.
Yeah, we've seen really good ball movement on the offensive end by the Stormy Petrels. Sometimes passing up good shots to get even better shots. We just saw that with Tyler O'Donohue giving up a 3 in the corner to get a great look from up top from Trey Harris. And then defensively, a lot of talk, a lot of hustle in that zone defense. We've seen a little bit of 2-2-1 to eat into clock, but primarily that 2-3 zone has done a really nice job early here.
Yeah, and what we've seen over the last month or so, you know, as Oglethorpe and Coach Ponder have got things moving in the right direction, the confidence of guys to take shots. You know, we saw times that they were hesitant early on in the season, whether it was a Zigbo or Harris or Janae, not wanting to go out and shoot the 3-ball. Now it's catch, and if you've got an inch, they're taking a mile, and it looks really good right now. 4 of 7 from downtown to get things going as the Stormy Petrels are off and running. It looks like Coach Ponder going to keep the same lineup on the floor. Janae, O'Donohue, Harris, Benefield, and Kemp. It's going to be Mason Kemp in. Twin brothers not on the same lineup right now. One starts, one comes off the bench, and both give great production.
Jordan James with 7 points and 4 rebounds already here in the first 9 minutes of the game.
Wide open 3-ball for Kemp. That one's going to go off the back rim. Rebounded by O'Donohue. He goes up, and that's going to be blocked by Noah Ring, and Cam Harris going to come out of there with the ball.
Noah Ring doing a nice job on the boards and defensively here. 2 blocks already.
Drive in there, up and in, a good take by number 4, Drew Wilson, to cut the lead to 7.
Wilson averages 8 a game. He's been aggressive here early.
Looks like for the first time, center going to go man-to-man. Dylan Benefield immediately drives. That one's going to come up off front rim. Rebounded by number 1, Hunter Coleman. Kicks back out, 3-ball on the way, and that's up and good for Drew Wilson.
Well, we know Coach Ponder talks a lot about transition defense. Not a good job there. Didn't get 5 guys sprinting back. They left the shooter wide open, and he buried it.
And I'm going to tell you, Cam Harris is all over Ryan Janae right now. Kemp going to spin in, dribble. That one's going to hit off the back rim, rebounded by Noah Ring, and the Colonel's on the hop. 2-3 zone here for Oglethorpe. Three-ball on the way. That one hits nothing but the bottom of the net for Hunter Coleman. Coleman on the year was 7 for 35 from downtown before he drained that one. Lead now cut to 1 for the Stormy Petrels.
Well, not only is center man-to-man, they're very aggressive right now.
Maybe overly aggressive as Tyler O'Donohue comes up with the scramble ball immediately right with the left hand and an easy lay-in for a 3-point lead.
Yeah, they needed that.
Oglethorpe going to go man-to-man here for the first time. I think Coach Ponder is sick of seeing the 3-ball.
They got Noah Ring at 6'6", posting up our point guard, Dylan Benefield. They're going to get it to him.
Great. Oh, maybe a bailout call there as Benefield did a great job with the left hand to deflect the pass. The official going to call, I guess, with the forearm underneath. There's going to be a huge substitution here for the Stormy Petrels. Back in Azigbo James, Kemp, and it looks like Griffin Cherry going to check in for the first time at point guard.
Again, seeing a couple guys with Reisman getting hurt and Awoleye out. James, great tip there. He could not get the rebound, so he tipped it to Jackson Kemp. Oglethorpe comes down with possession.
It looks like center going to go back to that 3-2 zone. I don't think they feel they can match up right now with Oglethorpe starting 5. Ball gets tipped out of bounds. We'll stay here with Oglethorpe.
Nice job by Ryan Janae pinning the defender. The ball deflected out of bounds.
Boy, Uba Zigbo was open for a second. Griffin Cherry couldn't get it into him. Cherry going to drive back to Kemp. Kemp goes into a crowd. He's going to turn the ball over, and Stinnett comes up with the steal. Colonel's going the other way. Jumper up and good for Hunter Coleman. Ate his Wheaties this morning. He's feeling good.
I mean, he came in here averaging 3.5 points a game, and he's showing something here with a 3 and a drive.
Cherry going to get inside. Jordan James once again. He is playing with unbelievable confidence. Right now, he hits a jumper to extend the lead back to 3.
Doesn't even think about it. Great feed from Griffin Cherry, but, man, he just goes right up and knocks it down.
Man-to-man defense here. Coach Ponder switching back. And, again, they've got – it's almost like Stinnett has that ball knocked away. Griffin Cherry, great job.
He was out of bounds. Yeah, it's a good call. He had a foot out of bounds and can't be the first person to touch it. Really nice defensive deflection. Timeout
out on the floor, 7:08 to go here in the first half. Stormy Petrels with a 25-22 lead over the Center College Colonels. A couple of things going on as you start to look at who's leading the way. And for Oglethorpe, it has absolutely been Jordan James, 9 points to start. Trey Harris with a couple of triples. He's got 6. Uba Zigbo with 3. James also has chipped in with 4 rebounds. Over on the other side, Drew Wilson, who comes in averaging 6.9 points a game. He's already eclipsed his season average with 7. And Hunter Coleman, as you mentioned, 3.8 points a game. He's got 5 on the game. What's interesting, Cade Stinnett, who averages 18 a game, not doing a whole lot right now for center.
Well, and again, you know, these guys don't get much time. They don't get many opportunities. But as you said, Oglethorpe's pace forces Greg Mason, the coach from center, to go a little deeper, a little quicker into his bench, and those two guys are taking advantage of it.
Cam Harris off the bench has a basket. Drew Markham has played some. You know, there's some guys that are getting some action that center normally does not rely on, and they have stepped up and are playing very well right now. It'll be their ball out of bounds, 23 on the shot clock, 7:08 to go here in the first half. Stinnett going to get the ball. He's going to drive on Janae, spin with the right hand. He's going to get fouled. Ball's going to go off the back rim, and he'll be rewarded with a couple of free throws. Good set there for center, finding a way to get their best scorer untracked, get him the ball, and see if he can drive to the basket and get a hoop.
Yeah, one of the ways on offense you can get your leading scorer going is isolate him up top one-on-one. Well, there with an inbound under, they went 1-4 flat, popped him up, lobbed to him to the top, and everybody stayed low and let him take Ryan Janae one-on-one.
Colby Raymer, a 6'2 freshman, going to check in the game. Stinnett hit the first free throw. Second one up and good. 25-24, Oglethorpe lead. Griffin Cherry going to bring it across, and looks like center going to go back to man-to-man. So you'd like to find Uba Zigbo and get him untracked. He'll take a deep three and hit nothing but the bottom of the net.
Like you scripted it, John, right there. Tell him you want to get him untracked, and he buries the three.
That's his second three of the game in 3 attempts. Uba with 6 points already, and you can see the confidence with him with his jump shot is just off the charts right now. Ball going to go out of bounds. That was a missile thrown by Marshall Taylor. Drew Wilson could not play Julio Jones and come up with the catch. That one flies out of bounds. Janae going to check out Trey Harris back in the game. He's already got a couple of threes on the night.
Yeah, we talked about Cade Stinnett being their leading scorer. He gets to the free throw line a lot, almost 10 free throws a game, and he makes them count.
Looks like center going to stay in man-to-man. Jordan James get it. He's going to kick back out. Cherry, wide open three. Coming up short, rebounded by Stinnett. Zigbo picked him up. Really good job there by Uba. Mismatch underneath. Griffin Cherry trying to guard Ches Moore, a 6'6 freshman, and Moore lays it in off the window to cut the lead down to 2.
Well, and Cherry had to pick him up in transition defense.
James with the left hand and the hoop of the harm. He went right at Moore with no fear at all and lays it in with the left hand. And now he'll get a chance to shoot a free throw and the old-fashioned three-point play.
I mean, it's just astounding to see the growth and confidence that he's gained. Unbelievable.
Yeah, he is playing really well. He's got 11 points already. Chance to put 12 on the board if he can knock in this free throw. Rattles it home. Stormy Petrel's 31-26. And they're going to go back to this 2-2-1 pressure. Oh, and that one is going to be a foul on Jordan James, and I kind of cringe because you had two bodies collide, and then both of them collided with the floor.
And he's way up there. That was a long way to fall, but thankfully he's okay. Not a bad foul. Going for that steal. Almost came up with it.
2-3 zone back. Coach Ponder almost, I won't say every possession, but every 2 or 3 possessions, switching the defense. Ball up top. They're going to get it down low this time. 3 ball on the way. That's no good. Rebound flying in. Trey Harris able to come up with it. And Uba Zigbo off and running. He's going to give it up to Kemp. He's going to get fouled underneath. Foul going to be called there on number 5, Carter Bauman. Good job by Kemp avoiding running directly into Bauman, able to kind of contort his body, get through, and now he'll be rewarded with a couple of free throws.
Yeah, actually maneuvered himself so that he missed the body completely, and he got clotheslined by the arms. Really nice job by Jackson.
First free throw for Jackson, up and good. 66.7% from the line so far this year. That percentage will go up with that make.
We talked about his twin brother being on the team the other day. As I was preparing for this game, I started thinking, I wonder how much they talk and compare and compete against each other. Jackson shooting better outside the arc. Mason a lot better from the free throw line this year, shooting 86%.
You know brothers have competition at all time. They go home for Thanksgiving, I can imagine. Whoever has the high score, whoever has more rebounds, there's got to be trash talk going on there. Stormy Petrel's lucky to have both of them. Stinnett being harassed underneath. That's going to be a steal. Going the other way. Layup off the rim and no good. Malachi Dooley came up with it, tried to lay it in with the left hand. Roy, I'll tell you, Dooley was putting on a display during warm-ups, doing some lob dunks to himself. You would think at 5'11", he wouldn't be able to get up, but he was hammering the ball. Misses the first free throw.
Unusual miss for him, 83% free throw shooter on the year.
Second free throw with a 7-point lead. Second one front rims it as well. Pulled this. The second one he was almost fading back as he released the ball.
We've seen good defense here. A couple possessions, gotten stops, gotten turnovers. Working really hard, a lot of talk.
Zigbo got a hand on that one, knocked it away. Shot clock will reset. Center kind of scrambling. They're going to get a 3-ball on the way. That one's going to hit the back rim, and Uba Zigbo comes flying in there and says, not this time.
Yeah, he gets two hands on the ball, it's done.
Had a chance to talk to him the last home game. They're going to get Uba with an offensive foul. He's absolutely built like he could be playing football, and that move that he just had there, he could have played tailback maybe in the national title game a couple of days ago. Timeout on the floor, 3:54 to go here in the first half. Stormy Petrels with a 33-26 lead over the Colonels of Center College.
Yeah, Cam Jones there with kind of being pesky, but then to receive that kind of hit, I know he took the foul, but we'll see how much he gets his nose in the mix there in the future, because that had hurt.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, you got to have some heart to stand in front of Uba Zigbo. I can bench press quite a bit. I'm not getting in front of him if he's coming downhill. Uba having a nice game to start. He's only taken 3 shots, all 3 of them from outside the arc. He's hit 2 of them. He's got 6. Balanced scoring. It's been Jordan James leading the way with 12. Uba and Trey with 6 apiece. Jackson Kemp with 5. Over on the other side, some guys that don't normally score for Center College getting it done. Drew Wilson with 7. Hunter Coleman with 5 off the bench. Cade Stinnett. You want to keep their leading scorer down. It's a kid that averages 18 a game. You mentioned over 26 a game in conference. They've held him to 4 so far. We always talk about big scorers like this. Do not allow them to see the ball go through the hoop.
And those 4 points all from free throws. So he's 0 for 2 from the floor. They're doing a really nice job.
Center going to have possession after the offensive foul. And it looks like Oglethorpe going to stay in the 2-3 zone. Same group on the floor. Little weave action going on around up top. High screen there. And a really good job closing out by Dooley and Kemp up top. That's going to be a nice move there by Drew Wilson. Used his body, spin move with the right hand, scoop off the glass, and the score.
The second time we've seen that scoop. He really likes that shot. He's comfortable with it.
Drew Wilson, another guy that's built like he could be playing some football. Dooley going to drive in, kick it back out to Kemp. 10 on the shot clock, no need to hurry. Get it down to Jordan James, left-hand jumper, up and good. Looking like Bam Adebayo. Nice 12 to 15-foot jumper. Jordan James turned into a star right now for the Stormy Petrels.
That's 14 points already here in the first half for him. Getting close to his career high.
Oglethorpe staying in the 2-3 zone. Center really with only one person in the painted area. They have a runner right now on the baseline. Cam Harris with it. He's going to look. Stinnett kicks it back out. Wilson with a 3-ball on the way and hits nothing but the bottom of the net. Drew Wilson having a really good first half with 12 points for the Colonels.
Well, they've got Stinnett running inside the zone. They got him the ball and then he kicks out to open shooters, and right now the shooters are knocking down the shots.
Kemp going to go in. That ball's going to be knocked away by Noah Ring. Ring going to get it on the other end. Wilson with another three. That's going to come up short. Rebound battled for and taken, and it's going to go into the hands of Jordan James. Kemp kicks it in the corner. Uba with a head fake pull-up. Splash down from the baseline.
Another confident shot there. Really nice head fake to get the defender off his feet. One dribble into a rhythm jumper.
Little 2-2-1 token pressure here. And that ball's going to be stripped and stolen by Dooley. Let's see if he does showtime in this one. I think he lost his steps there. He wanted to be put on a display, lost his steps, able to lay it up and in. That was one he wanted to put on a show, Roy. Timeout on the floor, 1:29 to go here in the first half, 39-31. And it's funny, Jonathan Awoleye up off the bench, giving him a little bit of guff there for not hammering that one home.
Yeah, everybody on the bench came off the bench. Everybody had a comment to make to Malachi. I think you're right. He lost the steps there, and it cost him the opportunity. But you know what? We got the two. That was a really nice poke steal from behind. The center player just kind of got lazy with it. Malachi saw it, poke steal, got it, took it down to score.
Beautiful to see the defense leading to offense right now for your Oglethorpe Stormy Petrels. Some of the things they're looking at so far, they're holding center to 42.3% from the floor, just 29.5% from downtown, which is about what center does for the year. It's actually up a little bit. They shoot 29-1 on the season.
That 2-2-1 pressure, again, just to eat a little clock, change the tempo a little bit.
Well, I ask you, how much when you scout somebody and they shoot sub 30 from three-point, do you almost invite them to keep shooting them?
Well, you certainly will give them the opportunity, no doubt. Take away what they do best, and that's not the three.
That ball's going to be knocked away. 1 second on the shot clock. They're going to hoist and bank one in from about 35 feet. Hunter Coleman, I mentioned he had hit 7 threes on the year. He's hit 2 here in the first half. That one was a heave at the buzzer, and that's a heartbreaker.
The second tray of the game, banking it in.
Speaking of Trey Harris, underneath, going to be fouled on that one. Noah Ring coming up, and that was a great look underneath from Malachi Dooley. Trey had a lay-in, but he was fouled by Noah Ring. He'll have an opportunity here with 37-5 to go in the first half to take a couple of free throws.
Well, and the center bench not happy with that call. The coaches, it wasn't the coaches that were upset, it was the players, but it was very clear Noah Ring got the block up top, but absolutely killed Trey Harris with the body.
It's the first foul officially on Ring, but they're going to check him out of the game. Harris shoots 75.5% from the foul line.
Looked like Ring dislocated his finger on the backboard on that block. He went right over to the trainer, pop it back into place.
Never good, because even back in place, you have to tape it, and you're going to deal with pain the rest of the way. Trey Harris able to knock in both free throws. Center will not be able to play for the last shot. 30 on the shot clock. Game clock about a 7-second differential. And they're going to come up with a turnover. Oglethorpe will be able to play for the last shot if they want. Jordan James, unfortunately, steps out of bounds. That's one where Trey Harris, you would have liked him to pull it back, slow it down, take the last shot of the first half, and get out of here with a halftime lead.
Yeah, Coach Ponder normally likes aggressiveness, but again, that's some youthful exuberance. Instead of making the smart play, pull it out, set it up, get the shot you want to end the half.
Now the Colonels will have the opportunity to have the last shot. 10 seconds to go here in the first half. Stinnett going to get it. He's going to kick it back across. Coleman, who's been red hot, banks in another three. Sometimes the bank is open for Hunter Coleman. 7 threes on the year. 3 here in the first half, 2 of them from the bank for Janae and James. And I'm sorry, it's actually Malachi Dooley.
No, it
is Benefield. Okay, so Benefield gets the start. Looks like they're going to go man-to-man defense here to start the second half. Noah Ring with it up top. Underneath to Stinnett. He lays it up and in, and that's a guy who was in check in the first half. That's his first made basket of the night.
Yeah, averaging almost 26 a game in the conference games, and they held him 0 for 2 in the first half. He only made 4 free throws in 4 attempts, but right there he gets his first field goal.
Zigbo with a head fake going down the lane, kicks it back out. Dooley in the corner. He's going to go baseline and throw that one off. And they're going to call an offensive foul. A little bit out of control from Dylan Benefield, Benefield went baseline, sort of got himself trapped on the baseline. They're going to call him for an offensive foul.
Well, and if you're watching and you're wondering why that wasn't in the restricted area, in men's basketball, the restricted area actually ends, and you can see that at the backboard. So the charge was behind the backboard, even though it was in the vicinity of the restricted area.
41-39, Stormy Petrels with the lead.
They've got Stinnett on the baseline, running, hiding back there, trying to get some easy hoops.
Ring with a 3 comes off the back rim. Zigbo comes up with the rebound. Ryan Janae walks in, gets it right back to Uba. He's up. No call there, and they are going to call a foul on the second attempt. You could see Zigbo going, well, yeah, I got fouled on the first attempt.
Really nice give and go. He dropped it off to Janae. Janae barely touched it and gave it back to Zigbo. They are going to say it was on the catch.
And Coach Ponder halfway out on the court going, he's trying to tip the ball in. There was no catch.
Yeah, that's a missed call.
But it looks like they're going to go side out of bounds or baseline out of bounds. Little box set look right here for Coach Ponder. Little discussion by the officials. Foul going to be, I believe, on Stinnett. Ball comes inbound to Janae, and center staying in that 3-2 defense. Oglethorpe at times picked it apart, getting it to this guy right here. They're going to call Jordan James on a travel. Did not get the ball down on the ground fast enough, tried to come up with a spin, turns it over. Second turnover of the second half for Oglethorpe. 2-2-1 token pressure.
Go back into their 2-3 zone here.
Three ball up and good. Marshall Taylor, 29% from downtown coming in, gives the Colonels their first lead of the game at 42-41.
Well, guys that are getting open looks are taking advantage of it.
I'd like to see James a little more aggressive. Kemp with a 3, that's up, going to be front rim, rebounded by Stinnett. And the Colonels on the hop. Good defense. Oglethorpe sprinting back there. Another 3 ball on the way. That's going to come off the side rim. Rebounded by a Zigbo. Carter Bauman with the miss there. Uba coming down the lane. That ball's rejected by Noah Ring. Center going the other way. And a great hustle play there by Ryan Janae to stop a fast break layup.
Noah Ring is an exceptionally good shot defender. We've seen him block a couple shots already here in this ball game.
Good closeout by Ryan Janae there on the inbound. Wilson looking for the 3. And right now you're seeing all of the Oglethorpe defenders kind of jumping at all of the shot fakes. You got to be a little sounder on defense. Ring with a corner 3. That's going to be off the front rim and rebounded by Jackson Kemp. Uba, no hesitation, misses that one off the side rim. And a rebound there by Ring. A couple of bad possessions for Oglethorpe offensively to start this second half.
Yeah, right now center's doing a really nice job of moving the ball and overloading areas and creating 3-on-2, 2-on-1 advantages in those areas.
Drew Wilson there going to head fake from the foul line, drive, and draw the foul. Couldn't tell if they called that on James or a Zigbo. Free throw up and good. Biggest lead of the night for the Colonels. They're up 43-41. They're going to get a couple of substitutions coming in. Ches Moore coming in off the bench. It looks like number 15, Drew Markham, set to check in as well. I think he's going to get the shooter. Second free throw missed. Danette comes up with the rebound, kicks it over to Moore, who's got it. And Stinnett going to get a wide open three and knock it in. And Coach Ponder is not happy.
You cannot let down on the free throw line. You have got to box out, and that can give a little bit of juice to this center team.
Uba driving in. He's going to turn it over. Good defensive play there by Jackson Kemp, and that's going to lead to a lay-in for Jordan James on the other way. Jackson Kemp stopped the fast break, got the poke-away steal. Zigbo found James the other way, and it's now 46-43 center.
We'll see now if that defensive play gives him a little bit of momentum.
Back in the 2-3 zone. Benefield and Janae up top. Kemp, Zigbo, James down low. Center a lot crisper with their passes and movement right now. Another wide open three from the corner. That's going to be front rim. And ball is going to go Oglethorpe's way. Timeout on the floor, 15:42 to go here in the second half. Center College has run out to a 46-43 lead.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me if Coach Ponder switches to man-to-man even for just one possession coming out of this timeout. Right now, Center's done a really nice job of zone offense. What you want to do with a zone is have one more offensive player in an area than a defender. You want to drag top defenders down. You want to drag low defenders up. And they have gotten a lot of open looks here in the start of the second half. Clearly, they, Center and their coach Greg Mason certainly talked about this at halftime and made that adjustment. They favored having three up top, and they found the baseline runner in corners for open jumpers. Stinnett made him pay a minute ago, and Marshall Taylor just rimmed one out on the last possession.
Yeah, Oglethorpe offensively 1 of 5 in the second half. The only basket, Jordan James with the lay-in. 9-2 kick to start for Center College. And this is where those couple of threes at the end of the first half, where it could have been a 10 to 12 point Oglethorpe lead, really come back to bite you, because now you're in a dogfight here in the second half. Same 5 on the floor. Except Malachi Dooley now going to come in and run point. Actually, Trey Harris checking in for Jordan James. Harris, no hesitation, missed that one badly. Kemp comes up with a rebound, and they're going to call that out of bounds on Kemp.
I thought that was a push from behind.
Yeah, I thought Carter Bauman.
5. Yeah, Carter Bauman. It looked like he, at the very least, if it wasn't a push, he made contact, which took Trey Harris or Mason Kemp and the ball out of bounds.
2-2-1 pressure. Gonna drop back into a 2-3 zone.
They just got it over there with 1 second to spare.
Defense a little more active on this possession.
You can see they've got Stinnett right in the middle of the zone looking for the ball.
3 ball up and good. This one from Carter Bauman, one of their better three-point shooters, 35.8 on the year, and extends the lead to 6. Colonels with their biggest lead of the game. Kemp off the back rim, rebounded there by Moore. Stinnett on the push. Coleman hesitated, did not take that one. He's already hit 3 on the night. Good job by Uba Zigbo playing the passing lane. He's going to go jump stop up and in, and that's a much needed play. Uba Zigbo, defense to offense, cutting the lead to 4.
Really?
For much needed turnover for the Stormy Petrels.
And Ches Moore was like, how can I walk? Well, you were in the corner and you were double teamed, and suddenly you were 15 feet away without dribbling and you weren't double teamed anymore.
Yeah, Oglethorpe going to have to step up the defensive intensity. They've only caused 7 turnovers so far on the game, 7 each. So a game that's very evenly played. Dooley going to drive down the lane, and that ball is going to be rejected from behind.
But you see, not a lot of ball movement.
Nope.
There's not a lot of flow to this offense. We saw this in the women's game in the fourth quarter. One person going to take it to the hole. Get about 4 or 5 passes and do what you did in the first half.
Ball going to be inbounded to Kemp. Janae with the ball up top. 3 ball on the way. Back rim. Rebound fought for and grabbed by Cade Stinnett. Colonel's coming the other way. Defense really moving side to side. 3 ball for Coleman. Hunter Coleman again from downtown. That one he did not bank in. That one was pure, and a 7-point lead for the Colonels of Center College. Janae with a 3 ball, and that one's up and pure, and a much-needed 3 to stem the momentum there by Ryan Janae.
Really needed it. The senior stepped up and knocked it down with confidence.
Yeah, he had no fear. And with a 3-2 defense, a lot of times the corner 3 is going to be the one that's open, not the wing 3 that many players like to shoot.
Man-to-man now on the defensive end for Oglethorpe.
I think they're tired of giving up the 3 ball, and then a 3 ball on the way. That one's going to go back rim. Rebounded. Good job by Dooley, but unfortunately he tips it out of bounds.
Yeah, trying to box out the much taller Ches Moore, and all he could do was get a hand on it, and he knocked it out of bounds.
Yeah, and it looks like we're going to get Drew Smith checking in the game. Zigbo, a little bit gassed here. You're not seeing the normal 5-man substitution that we see. Robert Reisman has not checked back in the game after rolling his ankle early on. I see him on the bench, but he has not been back in the game, and Oglethorpe going to stay man-to-man here.
Brent Smith all over Drew Wilson there.
Just like a couple of linebackers going at each other. That ball's going to be kicked. Good defense there by Ryan Janae, and he's going to cause a turnover. I'm going to tell you, Carter Bauman had a layup, and Janae's going out of bounds and reached back with the right hand and slapped it away.
Great defensive play by Janae. Both ends, Janae making plays.
Dooley bringing it across. Kemp with it. Smith's got to get out of the lane. Another 3 ball. Trey Harris. Up and good. Second time in a row they found the corner 3. This time it's Trey Harris from way downtown. Bang.
But it was after 3 passes. So again, keep working. Get shots in the flow. Rhythm jumpers on the rhythm of an offense.
Oglethorpe switching everything right now. 1 through 5. Good defense by Ryan Janae. Fighting against Drew Wilson. Better offense, though, from Drew Wilson with the layup up and in. Lead extended back to 3. 3 ball on the way. That one's going to hit back rim. Rebounded by Carter Bauman. He's on the push. Wilson again driving into the basket. Got away with a travel underneath. Nice move up and in there for Marshall Taylor. Drove with the right, spun back to the left, and a 56-51 lead for the Colonels.
That's it. Move the ball. Move the ball.
Rebound up and no good. Drew Smith. And Dooley going to compound the problem with a foul. Missed the layup. Smith missed the rebound. And then Dooley, who's kind of reaching for his lip, I think he felt he got hit in the mouth. Not happening. 10:55 to go here in the second half. The Center College Colonels 56, your Oglethorpe Stormy Petrels 51. I'll get you updated on some of the things that are going on here. The second half has been very smooth for Center. They're shooting 53.8 from the field, 7 of 13. They've outscored Oglethorpe 19-10. Stormy Petrels just 4 of 15, 26.7%. Center's hit 4 threes to Oglethorpe's 2 here in the second half, and you've had an opportunity where the rebounding advantage has also been to Center, 8-5. Men are going to have to really buckle this thing up and get back to the offense because they were flowing really smooth early on in the first half, and here in the second half they have struggled.
Yeah, I don't want to be a broken record, but you've got to move the basketball. Watch on the defensive end for Oglethorpe how many passes Center makes, and they create great shot opportunities. And here in the second half, they've taken advantage of that. Conversely, on the offensive end, Oglethorpe is making 1 or 2 passes, and that's it. You've got to get the ball moving. You've got to make the defense work, and you're going to get open shots. You're going to get great looks, and then you can take advantage of those.
Yeah, right now you're going to have Trey Harris, Malachi Dooley. Looks like you're also going to have Jackson Kemp, Drew Smith. Still in man-to-man.
Yep.
Coleman pull-up jumper. That's going to hit front rim. And that ball's going to be knocked out of bounds. Stinnett came flying in. I guess he knocked it off at Jackson Kemp. 20 on the shot clock. Center College going to keep it again. You have to finish possessions.
Yeah, 2 defensive rebounders right there, and Stinnett forces the ball to go off of Oglethorpe.
Ring gets it down low, going to back in. Head fake, up and in with the left hand, and it's good. Biggest lead of the day, 58-51 for Center College. Kemp has it up top. He's going to kind of drive into no man's land. Finds Smith, who loses the ball. He lays it up and in. That is good strength from Brent Smith. Able to use his body and use the backboard to cut the lead to 5.
Yeah, use the power dribble to slide to the other side of the rim. Now the rim and the backboard become a helper, and he lays it in.
Oglethorpe staying in man-to-man, again switching everything 1 through 5. Cannot get lost on your defensive assignment, though. Wild shot from Stinnett. Hits off the rim and no good, but he is fouled underneath by Malachi Dooley. He's going to be rewarded with a couple of free throws, and it'll be interested to see. Jordan James has been out for quite some time. I couldn't tell if he got banged up at all. I see him on the bench.
Yep.
First free throw up and good. See him and Zigbo sitting over there. James only has 2 here in the second half after having 16 in the first half. Second free throw good.
Well, it's a 6-point game. You got to believe that they're going to be coming in soon, and both of those guys may be on the floor the rest of the way. Janae's getting a breather too. He may be just trying to go with this group to the 8-minute media timeout.
Both of the Kemps in. Nice pass by Dooley, and Brent Smith again lays it in. Dooley got the entry pass and in mid-flight dropped it off to Brent Smith for the lay-in.
Yeah, Jackson Kemp found Malachi on the backside. Zigbo and Jordan James checking in.
Not sure the coach could hear us, but we were calling for him. 2-3 zone action, 3-ball on the way. That one's going to hit off the rim. Rebound up and fought for and brought down by Jackson Kemp. Brent Smith back out. Trey Harris, nice escape dribble. He's across. Mason Kemp from way downtown, bang!
The flow.
And they've cut the lead to 2.
They go to Smith inside. He kicks it to Harris. Harris pump fakes, puts it on the bounce, draws the defense.
Kemp with the steal. He's going to lay it off. Malachi Dooley, circus shot. No foul call as he gets hammered and hits the deck. And Center going the other way. Stinnett going to miss it. Ring coming up with it. He's going to have the ball stripped away. Oh, and they're going to call it staying on this end for the Colonels.
Yeah, a lot of contact on Malachi Dooley. Unbelievable. No foul was called. Thankfully, one wasn't called on this end either. I was waiting for a cheap foul to be called.
I will say this. With Dooley, I would like to see him go up. I think part of the circus shot was what alleviated the foul call.
I agree completely.
Stinnett with a nice little runner, and you can see why this guy can score the basketball.
Yeah, he is a scorer, no doubt.
So is Uba Zigbo with a left-handed escape dribble and pull-up 10-footer. Nothing but the bottom of the net, and it's a 62-60 lead for the Colonels of Center College.
I think we're going to see a Zigbo and James being rested and what they're going to be able to do down the stretch here. Back in that 2-3 zone.
Three ball up and good. And that's a great ball movement. Ches Moore coming back across. Carter Bauman hitting the three. Lead 5 for the Colonels.
Keep it moving. Trey Harris wide open in the corner. Uba found him.
And he hits nothing but the bottom of the net. You saw that coming from a mile away, Roy. Uba with a nice skip pass and Trey Harris in rhythm with a knockdown three.
Yeah, great job by Uba on that one. Cuts it to 2.
Got to play defense here. Close out on shooters. Really having to hedge on Stinnett, who they have at the foul line. And they're going to call a cheapie with a reach-in foul. They're going to go on a Zigbo.
Yep.
So that's going to be his second foul. Timeout on the floor, 7:11 to go here in the second half. Stormy Petrel's trailing 65-63. One of the important things in a close game like this, foul trouble, not an issue for Oglethorpe. So you can stay aggressive. Zigbo, James, Dooley, and Benefield all have 2 fouls. Nobody else has committed a foul on the floor. I'm sorry, Brent Smith has 2 fouls as well. Second half right now has been owned by the Center College Colonels, shooting 50% from the floor and 45% from downtown. They've also attempted all 3 free throws, all 4 free throws, hitting 3 of them, and they're leading on the glass 9-6. They've outscored Oglethorpe 28-22 to take a 2-point lead, but a good response. Down 7, you get the Trey Harris 3, and you get a nice little jumper from Uba Zigbo to get you back in the game.
Yeah, in the last 3.5 minutes, we're 5 of 6 from the floor. Good ball movement, getting good opportunities. The only miss we had was Malachi Dooley when we thought he got fouled. So they're doing a nice job. They've got to keep that up now for 7 minutes.
And he looks like Coach Ponder's going to keep the same lineup on the floor. It's going to be Jackson Kemp, Jordan James, Uba Zigbo, Malachi Dooley, and Trey Harris. Trey having a nice game, hitting a couple of threes. Real confident shooting for Trey Harris.
And he is a confident shooter. If he gets it going, he can get really hot. 4 of 5 from outside the arc.
Biggest thing here defensively, they have to close out on shooters. Center is shooting the ball much better than they typically do from downtown. Carter Bauman going to fire one up. And when I talk about the shooter roll, the iron is kind. That hit the back of the rim, had no business going in, pops up and goes down. Another 3-ball goes for the Colonels.
Yeah, between that and the 2 banked ins, I got to believe Coach Ponder's kind of going, are you kidding me?
Kemp going to turn it over. Oh, they're going to keep it here. Kemp tried to reverse dribble, thought the ball went off of him, but fortunate call here. Oglethorpe going to keep possession, down 5 with 6:38 to play.
We win that call, no doubt.
And sometimes they say the ball don't lie. A Zigbo turns it over. Not a great pass from Malachi Dooley, and the two of them are talking, trying to figure out what's going on. Turnover.
Tough turnover right there. Had a hard time getting it in. He lobbed it in there. Zigbo thought he could get it right back to Dooley, except Dooley hadn't stepped in.
And Dooley was still standing out of bounds. Stinnett underneath, and that's going to be laid up and in. Ches Moore, good offensive set. Everybody was looking at Stinnett, and Moore just on the back door, sitting on the baseline for an easy lay-in. 6:12 to go here in the second half. The Stormy Petrels now down 7, 70-63. Roy, you've talked about turnovers compounding problems. You're down 2. They hit a shooter's bounce 3 to go up 5, and then the Stormy Petrels turn it over, and it immediately leads to an easy basket, and suddenly you're back down 7 again.
It's score and stop. You've got to value every possession. You've got to win every possession. So if you're on the defensive end, we've seen it tonight where they didn't end a possession. They didn't come up with the defensive rebound when they needed it. Offensively, you just can't turn it over. That was the 8th turnover for the game. Not bad for us, but it's such an inopportune time. And again, they're going against a zone defense that isn't putting a lot of pressure on them anyway. So really, those are really unforced errors that we have.
Yeah, and you can't have them in a close game like this. You cannot have scenarios where you don't get shot attempts or you get bad shot attempts. And that's what they've been dealing with right now is turnovers and bad shot attempts. They got a tough one coming up on Sunday, taking on 10-4 Swanee. So this is a game you really want to get. Swanee right now sitting at 3-0 in conference play. Can ill afford to lose another conference game. Can the Stormy Petrels? Both Kemps in the game, Trey Harris and Uba Zigbo, along with Ryan Janae. And they're going to call a reach-in foul on Cade Stinnett.
Well, I really thought there was contact. He was going from the poke steal from behind, hit him. Little surprised Jordan James after that first half not in the ball game very much. Right now it looks like they're going with more of a shooters lineup with Janae and Mason Kemp, Jackson Kemp, and Trey Harris and the Zigbo.
Kemp going to drive in, lay it up off the glass, and they're going to call the foul on Cade Stinnett. Good aggressive take from Jackson Kemp. Going to need him to step up and make a couple of free throws. This game's almost a mirror image of the women's game that we had earlier on. Oglethorpe in the lead. Center College able to battle back in the second part of the game. First free throw, up and good. 70-64, 5:49 to go here in the second half. Second free throw, pure. That's the lead to 5.
Hit all 4 here in this game. Came in shooting 67%, so good performance so far from the line for Jackson. Jackson and his twin brother Mason on the front side of that press.
And again, Chesmore sneaking back door. They're going to try to find him again, and they do.
Yeah, they're doing a great job in getting the ball to Stinnett in the free throw area. Guy averages 26 a game. In conference games, you got to worry about him. And running that baseline is more.
Janae going to fire away and miss one off the back iron. I would not be surprised to see Coach Ponder go man-to-man here. And I believe he has.
Yeah, I think he has to. They were really been working the zone. I think he's got to go man-to-man. He's going, switching everything, 1-5.
3 ball on the way. That one's up and barely grazes rim. Carter Bauman with the miss. Mason Kemp with the rebound. He's going to kick ahead Ryan Janae. He'll go up and be fouled. That foul on number 4, Drew Wilson. And Janae going to have an opportunity to make a couple of free throws, score some points with the clock stopped.
Really nice job finding Ryan behind the defense. Got him the ball. He could see the defender leaving his feet, so he held it, went through the contact, couldn't bank it in, but he gets the 2 free throws.
First free throw up and good. Petrels down 6, 4:41 to go. We talked about Center College playing at a slower pace. They're holding Oglethorpe right now about 14 points below their average. Second one up and good. I'll see if Coach Ponder's going to pick up the defensive press. It looks like they're picking up the actual press a little bit further.
I mean, they are getting it over with a second left, but it also only forces you to defend them in the half court for 20 seconds.
They are switching across. Coleman turns it over. Kemp with a steal, 3-on-2 break. Give it up, and a hammer dunk. Trey Harris, I didn't know Trey Harris had that one in him. He hammers it down with one hand to cut the lead to 3.
With authority, Mason Kemp, the pass got deflected. He was going to a Zigbo, but trailing was Trey. He came up with it and slammed it home.
Timeout on the floor, 3:57 to go. Center College holding on right now with a 72-69 lead. And again, Jordan James, I am looking down on the bench. And I'm trying to see I actually don't see Jordan James right now.
Well, he's blocked. He's there. He's on the back side of the huddle. You can see him right behind Tyler O'Donohue. You know,
Okay, there he is.
He took that spill at half court.
Yeah.
And he landed on his back. I almost wonder if he bruised the back and just can't go. But the way he was playing and the way that he was so effective inside the zone on the offensive end, I'm a little perplexed.
Yeah, he had one of the best halves. He was 7 of 10 from the field in the first half. I don't believe he was 6 of 9 in the first half. He's 1 of 1 in the second half. You know, you were looking up career stats thinking this guy's going to have, 25 and 10 before the day is over with. And now, yeah, he's definitely walking with a little bit of a limp, and he is sitting all the way at the end of the bench. So I wonder if he's been ruled out. Robert Reisman has not checked back in. He rolled his ankle early on. So the same 5 are going to stay out there. Trey Harris, both the Kemp brothers, Uba Ezigbo and Ryan Janae. 3-point lead, 3:57 to go. Got to play solid defense here, and they're back in man-to-man.
I almost think Oglethorpe will stay in this for the rest of the game. It's really been the most effective.
Trey trying to guard. Stinnett going to drive in, shooting a wild one, and the ball ricochets back to him. Again, 3 Stormy Petrels underneath, and the ball comes wildly back to Stinnett.
Chesmore tipping it out to Stinnett.
And Carter Bauman, a back-breaking 3.
Well, and again, it was that second chance opportunity with that poked offensive rebound to Stinnett.
Kemp from downtown. That one hits nothing. Kemp to Kemp.
He needed that.
You had Jackson going to his twin brother Mason, and it's a 3-point game again. Trey Harris, Daniel Monjay has to watch out on the scoring table. Trey Harris goes flying over there, also almost takes out our sports information director. But Harris fighting and scratching, trying to come up with everything. 3:09 to go. It's a 75-72 lead for Center College. Got to finish possessions.
Ezigbo on Stinnett.
Don't want to foul because you're 1 foul away from putting Center College on the line in the bonus. 6 on the shot clock. Moore, a little bit wild, spins one up. Good defense there from Ryan Janae. That ball goes off the rim. Trey Harris coming down. Kemp to Kemp again. Way downtown. Oh, just off the back rim. Ryan Janae coming up with a rebound, kicks it back. Uba Ezigbo for 3. That one's going to hit the back rim and rebounded by Carter Bauman. 2 good open looks to try to tie it. Neither one of them would go down.
They were great looks, and they were set up really well. Just couldn't get it to go down, but I like where we are right now.
13 on the shot clock. Stinnett with the ball, going to kick it back around. Wilson. Bauman 3 ball. That's going to be off the front rim.
Went off the shot clock. It did bounce in, but it went off the shot clock, so it's a violation whistled. Oglethorpe has a chance to tie it with a 3.
I'm glad you saw that because I was looking, seeing if there was going to be a foul and a 4-point play. 2:05 to go, down 3. Ezigbo driving with the left. Head fake. That one's going to be good with the left hand. It was blocked by Chesmore. Stick-to-itiveness from Uba Ezigbo cuts the lead to 1.
Not to be denied. Good job by Uba.
Wilson just going to be a freight train coming down the lane, and he's going to be rewarded with a couple of free throws.
Good foul by Uba. It was a 3-on-2. You don't want to give him an easy hoop.
Make him earn it.
Fouled him on the floor. I don't know if they gave him continuation on the shot and they're going to say 2 or if it'll be a 1-and-1 here.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a shooting foul. Absolutely. They just said 2. 1-point game, 75-74. First free throw up and nothing but the bottom of the net for Drew Wilson.
Wilson's having a great game. That's 16 for him.
Second free throw.
Doubling his average.
That's up and good as well. Very nice, pure stroke. 3-point lead, 1:37 to go. Don't need a 3, just need to execute. Ezigbo going to drive with the left. Left hand up and in, and Chesmore wanted to challenge it and realized he was not going to get Uba. Uba had a full head of steam and cut the lead to 1. Just got to play sound defense here. Wilson gets it across, and a timeout on the floor. 1:15 to go. Stormy Petrels down one. It's 77-76. The Colonels of Center College with the lead.
Yeah, I like what Jackson and Mason Kemp are doing on the front of that press, because even when the ball gets beyond them, they are really sprinting back, trying to get poke steals from behind. They've created a lot of consternation among the center ball handlers. Really a key possession here.
Yeah, very, very even game. 48.3% from the floor for the Stormy Petrels, 48.2% from the floor for Center. Center has 4 more made threes. Oglethorpe has 1 more free throw. But you're just talking about a game that has been very close throughout. Largest lead for the Petrels in the first half was 21-12. Center College did have a 72-65 lead. Their biggest lead was 7.
Yeah, right now the 5 players that Center has on the floor, all of them are 71% or better free throw shooters. So a good free throw shooting team here. They are in the bonus. Unfortunately, Oglethorpe is still 3 fouls from being in the bonus with 1:15 left, so they might not get that benefit. Center has fouls to give, and that could be used as a defensive strategy late in this ball game.
Very balanced scoring for both teams. Drew Wilson 17, Hunter Coleman with 15, Cade Stinnett 14, Carter Bauman with 13 for the Petrels, Jordan James 16, Trey Harris 16, and Uba Zigbo with 16. Man-to-man defense, down 1, 1:12 to go. 17 on the shot clock. Stinnett going to kick it over to Ches Moore. Zigbo taking the assignment. Lucky there was not a foul called there. 4-3, shot thrown up wild, rebounded there by Ryan Janae. Under a minute to go, down 1. Zigbo, Ryan Janae, 3 ball on the way, up and good! Giving them the lead.
Huge, senior to senior, they're up 2.
Do not foul. The Kemp brothers in the front court playing good defense. That's a great trap opportunity. Do not give up a 3 ball.
And don't lose Stinnett here. Don't lose him. He's running along the baseline.
Wilson's had a great game. 8 on the shot clock. Stinnett driving. Zigbo comes up with the steal. He's going to have the 2-handed jam. And the Stormy Petrels lead by 4. Coach Ponder saying do not foul. Drew Wilson, 3 ball up on the way. That's going to hit back rim. Rebounded. Who are they going to call this on? That is going to be Stormy Petrel basketball.
Great steal by Uba Zigbo as Stinnett took it in. Zigbo left his man, came up with the steal, and then slammed it home.
You can hear the crowd here at Pinholster Court erupting. Uba Zigbo with the 2-handed jam. I have a feeling we've talked to Uba about 5 times this year. We may make it time number 6. Uba leading the way with 18 points and 7 rebounds, and none bigger than that steal. Cade Stinnett, the leading scorer, a guy who was just Conference Player of the Week, was looking for a 3 to try to give them the lead back, and Zigbo just jumped on a low dribble, took it, and then goes coast to coast with the 2-handed jam. 6.9 to go here. This is where the foul trouble is actually going to work against Center College, because they have to commit 3 more fouls before Oglethorpe is actually shooting free throws. Be solid with the basketball, don't turn it over, and you're walking out of here with a huge come-from-behind win.
And on 3-point shots, pull up short on your closeout. Force them to shoot over a defender that's 3 or 4 feet away. Don't even get close to set up a potential 4-point play.
Yeah, and it looks like here Center's going to come up with 5 players up on the press. Same 5 are going to be on the floor. Harris, both of the Kemp brothers, Ryan Janae and Uba Zigbo, set a nice screen for somebody, have somebody sprinting the other way, and let's see, all you got to do is get the ball inbound.
And you might see some holds here before the ball gets in and the clock starts.
You're going to get a foul there. 1.9 comes off the clock. Again, that's only the 5th foul on Center College. They need to foul 2 more times before the Stormy Petrels are in the bonus.
And again, this late, you almost want to get called for a hold so the clock doesn't start.
They're going to throw it inbounds. Ryan Janae comes up. He catches the ball 1 second. comes off the clock. Foul there by number 15, Drew Markham. It's only the 5th foul. Literally now you can inbound it and just allow Center College to steal it and shoot it. As long as you don't foul, the game's over. I'm throwing this ball down towards Coach Ponder.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm doing. But they're going to get it in. What do they call here?
An offensive foul.
No, is that going to be free throws?
Don't think so. They're going to have to adjust the clock, too, because the foul was called before the ball was caught. They're going to say that a Zigbo
pushed off.
There was no, the clock should not have moved. So
no, it'll go back to 4 seconds. You could hear Coach Ponder say no fouls. I literally would walk my team off the floor and just let them shoot the 3 because it's not going to matter at this point. You're up 4. The only thing that can happen for Center College to tie this game up is if you foul a 3-point shooter. I would tell everybody, get in the paint and let them shoot it. 4 seconds will go off the clock by the time the ball goes through the basket. They get it inbound. Chesmore, jumper. That's fine. Off the back rim, no good. He rebounds it up. Doesn't matter. No basket. Game is over. Your Oglethorpe Stormy Petrels storm back